What's good, everybody? The Anointed Father is here, and I'm here with Tupac and King Vaughn, who lives was kind of parallel, but their deaths was oh so similar. What made their deaths so similar? They both died out of town, putting their hands on somebody else that they really had no business doing. Where was their camps? Let's start with King Vaughn. Where was his camp when he decided to get out that truck and put his hands on Quando? First of all, King Vaughn knew how to use his hands, but he was a known shooter in his hometown. You never, I'm sure he did it, but you never heard of King Vaughn putting his hands on people in his hometown first. He allegedly settled his differences with a gun. Tupac, who was from my time and era, and we was the last generation where we basically used our hands to settle differences. Right after my generation, the people that came up under us settled their differences with a gun first. And Tupac was out of town. His camp allowed him to put his hands on that young man because of a death row chain. And Tupac wasn't even from California. He was raised in Oakland for a time, yeah, because his people moved around him, his mother, his sister, they moved around. But Tupac was an East Coast guy. Him being on the West Coast, trying to show that he belongs, led the way and put his hands on somebody else when really both their camps should have been the ones putting their hands on anybody and not him. They both had their autopsies leaked online. They both lost their lives way too early. But I guess when it's your time, it's your time. No matter how early or how late. Where was King Von Shooters when he decided, listen, I'm gonna put my hands on this guy? Who had the sense in Tupac's camp when he was like, come on, let's go get that chain? Somebody should have said, Pac, you step back. They was both the money makers. Both camps capitalized off their death. There wasn't a moo-wop rapping at top form when King Vaughn was there. But when King Vaughn died, moo-wop started rising. When Tupac was there, he was getting ready to leave Death Row and he was ready to do his own thing. But when Tupac died, Suge made a hell of a lot of money. They both died on streets where they did not live. They did not live. Excuse me. They both died on streets where they did not live at. They was left bleeding to die on streets they was not from. They both was visitors in their hometown. Why would King Vaughn, who like I said was a known shooter, putting his hands on somebody in a stand your ground state? It just didn't make any sense. It just didn't make any sense. They say that's life. But in this case, I'm going to say that's death. waiting to knock on your door. And in both cases, that's exactly what happened. They was both in the wrong place at the wrong time and put their hands on the wrong person. Sadly, this is the Nard. When you look at these two young men here, you look at greatness. They both told stories. You understood word from word what both were saying. I would say wasted talent, but no doubt, two wasted lives. They could have been so much bigger. And in a lot of people's opinion, them having the opportunity to be so much bigger also led to their casualty. You getting too big. We got to get rid of you. And we'll carry on your name and your fame for you. And that's what happened with both. With other people having these guys masters, everything that leads to these guys getting the money or lead to someone getting their money in the event of their deaths definitely happened. Once again, two sad cases. In the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong place, the wrong time, and the wrong town. The wrong towns with an S at the end of it. This is the Nard. Peace.